secretes 86 wraps of heroin. NDLEA arrests 3 blind members of drug syndicate, intercepts 3.2 kilograms Saudi-bound cocaine. No less than 14,481,519 pills of Tramadol and bottles of codeine syrup worth over 13 billion naira in street value have been recovered by operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency in 3 major busts of drug cartels operating in Amor Odofin, Idomota, and the Sako shed of the Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. The 3 intelligence-led operations began with the raid of House 8/10, Honorable Wahuha Avenue, Divine Estate, Ago Palace area of Amor Odofin on Sunday, 29th October, where 490,000 pills of Tramadol and 81,519 bottles of codeine syrup measuring 4,510,000 mils were recovered. In a similar operation on Tuesday, 31st October, NDLEA operatives swooped on a secret warehouse operated by a billionaire, Idomote trader, Nwahwa Anayo, located at Onitire Aguda area of Surulere, where 12,700,000 pills of Tramadol were recovered. In the same vein, at least 6 members of a syndicate using their official cover to facilitate the smuggling of illicit drugs through the Skyway Aviation Handling Company Sako warehouse at the Lagos airport into the country have been arrested, and 1,210,000 pills of Tramadol seized from them in a painstaking operation that lasted for weeks. The 6 suspects already in NDLEA custody include Oladele Sanyo-Olu, Lawal Itunu Temitope, Shanamo Ala Daniel, Ude Felix Monde, Musa Mutalib, and Unege Evans Isibo, while 3 other suspects, Serki Mubarak Salami, Abdullahi Aliyu, also known as Aboki, and Monde Anwar, are now on the run and wanted by the NDLEA. At the Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, NAIA Abuja, NDLEA operatives on Sunday, 29th October, intercepted yet another businessman, 50-year-old Nwokolo Ifeanyi Anthony, during the outward clearance of Air France flight AF878 to Amsterdam, Netherlands, via Paris. France at the boarding gate and was body scanned. The result turned out to be positive for illicit drug ingestion. The suspect, who traveled from Lagos to board the flight, was subsequently kept under observation for some days, during which he excreted a total of 86 pellets of heroin weighing 1.330 kilograms. Similarly, NDLEA operatives of the Directorate of Operations and General Investigations, DOGI, attached to courier firms on Monday, 30th October, intercepted 22 parcels of cocaine concealed in the walls of a carton containing sewn local fabrics popularly called Ashoke, heading to Jeddah, Saudi Arabia. Meanwhile, NDLEA operatives have arrested 3 blind men operating an illicit drug ring between Lagos and Kano, while another blind member of the syndicate is still at large. The lead was blown off the group following the arrest of a blind suspect, Adamu Hassan, 40, along Gwagwalada Expressway, Abuja, with 12 kilograms of skunk on his way from Lagos to Kano on Saturday, 28 October. Investigations, however, established that he was totally oblivious of the content of the bag handed to him to deliver in Kano. Follow-up operations then led to the arrest of the arrowhead head of the syndicate, Bello Abubakar, 45, who is also blind. In his statement, Bello, who is married with 5 children, said he has been living in Lagos for 30 years but started the illicit drug business 5 years ago. Another suspect, Mukhtar Abubakar, 59, who is equally blind, has been living in Lagos for over 40 years and married to 3 wives with 14 children. Both Mukhtar Abubakar and Bello Abubakar are joint owners of the business, while the third suspect, Akilu Amadu, 25, also blind, equally contributes money to the criminal trade and was indeed the one who delivered the consignment to Adamu at the motor park in Lagos to deliver in Kano. Another blind suspect, who is the expected receiver of the consignment in Kano, Malam Aminu, is currently at large. While operatives in Oshun on Saturday, 4th November, stormed the Obada Sawmill Forest in Owene Jesha, Oriade local government area, where they arrested a suspect, Monday Sylvester, 37, on a 6.01 hectare of cannabis farm, which was destroyed, and 489.8 kilograms already processed plant recovered. Their colleagues in Edo raided a transloading point inside Avibosi Forest, Owan West local government area, where 603 kilograms of the illicit substance were seized. Also, NDLEA officers in Ogun State on Friday, 3rd November, recovered a Toyota Sienna bus from a ditch at Ajebo area along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway. A search of the vehicle led to the seizure of 460 kilograms of the same substance, while a total of 116.5 kilograms of cannabis sativa belonging to a suspect at large were seized at Olagunju Mushin area of Lagos. While commending the officers and men of the NAIA, MMIA, Lagos, Osun, Edo, and FCD commands, as well as those of Dogi, for the arrests and seizures of the past week, the Chairman Chief Executive Officer of NDLEA, Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Marwa, retired, charged them and their compatriots across the country to remain focused as the agency expands its operations against drug cartels. That's it on arrests and seizures. Now here are the wider activities across the country for the week. The NDLEA equips community leaders, youth, and children with the knowledge required to make informed decisions about drug use through its War Against Drug Abuse initiative. On Monday, 30th October 2023, the Adamawa State Command delivered a sensitization lecture on the dangers of drug abuse at Ikra Academy, Gombe Local Government Area. Still on Monday, the Gombe State Command delivered a similar lecture to the students of Haruna Rashid College of Health Sciences, Duku, while the Kano State Command delivered the same to the students of Government Science and Technical College, Kano. The Zone N Command, in collaboration with the Akwa Ibom State Command on Tuesday, 31st October, sensitized a group of secondary school principals on their roles in keeping the society drug-free. On Wednesday, 1st November, the Oyo State Command delivered a wider sensitization lecture to 2,032 students of Anglican Grammar School, Starlight, Ogbomoso, while the Ogun State Command paid a similar visit to Gateway Junior Secondary School, Abeokuta. Also on the same day, the Zone I Command collaborated with the Osun State Command and the State Ministry of Education to host a town hall meeting with over 320 secondary school principals in the state. Concluding the wider advocacy visits for the week on Thursday, 2nd November, were the Rivers State Command on Thursday for the pupils and staffs of KUB Nursery and Primary School, Rumo Biakani, Port Harcourt, at Grace Rema Academy, Ore, and the Anambra State Command to the students of Community Secondary School, Ezioka. That's the update for this week. My name is Blessing, and I hand you over to our host, Mr. Femi Baba Femi.
Thank you very much, dear Blessing, and welcome back from the News Highlight segment. Now let's remind ourselves about some of the rules guiding our process of engagement on this program today. Please note that when we approve you to be on the speaker's corner, please ensure that you remain muted. Until after our guest presentation, I will start inviting individuals to unmute themselves to ask questions and make contributions in few seconds. Few seconds, we emphasize, please let's ensure that our contributions, our questions, and our interventions are done in few seconds. Please, let's not drag it on so that we'll be able to give as many people as possible the opportunity to make contributions, to ask questions, and to get their interventions passed on. That's as far as that is concerned. Again, please note that we don't encourage unauthorized interruption. The moment we know that you are interrupting, we will most likely remove you from the speaker's corner and get you back seated to listen to the program. It's just a way of ensuring that things run smoothly and normally. And again, note that here we don't discuss politics. We are strictly discussing the drug scourge and how we can bring help to those who are suffering from this menace. That's basically what we're doing on this platform. We share knowledge, we share information about the problem of drug abuse and illicit drug trafficking in our country. So please let's all remain guided so that we can enjoy and benefit from the conversation. Thanks for your usual cooperation. Now, we want to we'll try as much as possible to respond to your questions and take your contributions on today's subject of discussion. Perhaps if there are other related matters that we need to attend to, we'll be glad to attend to them. So please let's take time and enjoy the conversation on today's subject matter. This is all part of our commitment to engage with all our stakeholders in all that we do. Before I introduce our guest, still trying to see, I've seen her, but she's yet to be seated. I hope Francis will notify her that we're trying to get her seated on the speaker's corner. But before we come to her, let's quickly remind us about the activities or the availability of our call center. This is an initiative of the leadership of the agency, and that is under the chairmanship of General M.B. Marwa, to provide help to those who are struggling with substance abuse, their family members or friends, but who, for fear of stigmatization or being judged, could not go into a rehab center. And so there is a call center that has been set up, well manned by counselors, psychologists, psychotherapists, and even psychiatric doctors who run shifts 24/7. They provide you services that you could get in normal standard rehab centers, even though all of these are provided through teletherapy, meaning that you can sit in the comfort of your home in any part of the country, call our toll-free helpline 0800 1020 3040, and our professionals, our experts who attend to you and get you the needed help. That's what. Okay, I think I've just cited. I just cited our guest speaker. She's already seated, so I'll come to her shortly. But then, please let's also note that our helpline is 0800. That is toll free. It's at no cost to anyone calling to seek help through the line. It's 0800 1020 3040, and it's language friendly. You can speak with our experts on this line in English, Pidgin, Hausa, Yoruba, and Igbo language. That's as far as that is concerned this week. Again, before we listen to the presentation of our guest speaker, let me provide the background information to why we chose the topic of today, of our discussion today. Let me state with all available facts and statistics before me right this moment that between January 2023 and now, that's a couple of months ago, the agency has seized a whopping 201,176,019 purries of Tramadol. That's worrisome. More scary because these were recovered from people not licensed to deal in this, and those who took advantage of their license to import beyond the milligram and quantity approved. This also informs the choice of our guest today. Now let's formally introduce our guest, and that is Isom Ibe Agboma Emanuela, a fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Isom Ibe is an A-list pharmacist that has thrived by being open to challenges, new ideas, and innovative thinking. She earned her B.Pharm from Nigeria and her PhD from the same institution. Over the years, her burning passion for pharmaceutical care, health education, public enlightenment, and high ethical standards for knowledge and brutally honest about passing on the correct information about preventive medicine in practice won her a two-time merit award of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria in Rivers State, that is 2011 and 2014. 2011 and 2014, sorry for the distraction there, as well as being appointed as a fellow of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria. Now, between 2018 and 2022, she held the following positions and gave good accounts of herself. She was National Secretary, Association of Lady Pharmacists of Nigeria, She was also the state chairman, Association of Community Pharmacists of Nigeria, that's in Rivers State. Currently, she is the national editor-in-chief, Association of Lady Pharmacists of Nigeria, chairman of the Drug and Substance Abuse Reduction Committee of the Pharmaceutical Society of Nigeria, Rivers State, and she is the managing director of AB Pharmacy Limited, Port Harcourt, since 2006. It's my pleasure and singular honor to invite our guest today, that is Mrs. Esom Ibe, to please unmute herself and let's listen to her presentation for the next 30-40 minutes, and thereafter we would be interrogating her presentation, asking questions, and also making contributions. Thank you, Madam. Please go ahead. Let's listen to you.
Thank you so very much. The part about the interrogation is what got me laughing. Good afternoon.
Sorry, just don't. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to worry about that. We know
No.
you are more than capable to respond to any interrogation. Please go ahead.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Babafemi. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen here on this call. It's an honor to be here. And I was informed I have just 30 minutes to make my presentation. Well, I'll try to keep it within that time. I tend to talk real fast anyway, but I'll try to take it slow. Thank you so very much. It's an honor to be here. And we're talking about the 14.4 million Tramadol pills, over 14.4 million actually, seizure, and addressing threats of opioid trafficking and abuse. I have a short outline. We'll talk about the data, the facts from the NDLA web, what are opioids, what's addiction, neuropharmacology of the brain and addiction. I'm going to keep it as simple as possible. No medical terminologies. Reasons why people use opioids, untoward effects of opioids, the deadly cocktail, or what I call the cocktails from hell. Then trafficking and its ill effects, suggestions and conclusions. When it comes to the data, the Urban Institute for the US wrote a paper to the US Congress. And in that paper, they pronounced that death from opioids increased like 6 times between 1999 to 2018. So, as in, it's not getting any better. And then deaths, opioids are registered the highest number of deaths from overdose. As we go on with the presentation, we'll understand why. Okay? And then in non-medical use of opioids, that's the illicit or illegal use of opioids, because opioids are drugs that are used for medicinal purposes, ab initio, before people started abusing it. You find out in most cases, more men abuse opioids than females. About 53% of males, while you have 43% of females. But females tend to get easily addicted than men do. And you know, about 61 million persons have used opioid as of 2020, which is like 1.2% of the global population. So it's getting scarier by the day. Opioids remain the most lethal group of drugs, accounting for 2/3 of deaths related directly to drugs, mostly overdose. And non-medical use of tramadol in some areas, including West Africa, where we belong, continue to pose great health risk. This is from the World Drug Report 2020 by the UNODC. And what are the facts from the NDLA website? In just three major busts in Lagos alone. Lagos is just one state out of the 36 states, plus the FCT, just one state in Lagos. And then when you talk about Lagos, you're talking about all the local governments, a whole state. 14,481,519 pills of tramadol, 89,519 bottles of codeine were recovered. And then a gentleman excreted 86 wraps of heroin, weighing 1,330 kilograms. All are worth about 13 billion naira market value. So ask, what are opioids? Opioids are also called narcotics. What are narcotics? Narcotics are drugs that produce pain relief. They produce narcosis. Narcosis means sleep or stupor. These drugs also can possibly cause addiction. And then euphoria. Euphoria is a false sense of well-being where you feel like you have arrived. Even if you're sitting in a gutter with all the mud inside it, you're feeling like you're the king of the state. So there's a sense of well-being it gives. And this class of drugs, what they do is that they interact with nerves, the nerve cells. I know all of us know what nerve cells are, messengers, in the brain and the central nervous system. Those nerves are nerves that reduce pain. And what they do is they lengthen the period. If your pain threshold is low, someone pinches you now and you feel the pain. What these drugs will do is someone could draw your skin from now and travel to another state and you're not feeling the pain yet. So that's what they do. They effectively block pain signals between the brain and the body, which is very unhealthy because the brain is fashioned, is built in such a way that it sends signals to the body, and that is the way it protects the human body and all the other organs. There can be synthetic. You know, the natural ones are like the codeine, the heroin, morphine. And then tramadol, synthetic, hydrocodone is synthetic, morphine can also be synthetic. And what do these opioid receptors do? Hello?
Yeah, we can
Hello?
hear you. Go loud and
please.
clear. We all hear
Yeah,
you.
please. I need to check in from time to time. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, these receptors that they interact with, that we call opioid receptors, what do? They regulate many body functions like pain. Like I said earlier, they regulate pain, how you feel pain, how much pain you feel. They also regulate the mood and regulate stress. They also regulate or affect the reward system. What we call the reward system in the brain is that part of the brain that gives you pleasure when you do what you like most. If okra soup is your favorite soup, you know, the moment you see someone preparing okra soup, you're already salivating. And there's this kind of pleasure and satisfaction you get when you eventually launch an okra soup. You say that's reward. The brain is just telling you, oh, it's this thing that makes you happy. So can you get happier? And there are chemicals that are released that we call dopamine. That is the feel-good hormone that are released in the body. So now these opioid receptors also are part of the reward system. These opioid receptors also regulate the gastrointestinal functions. That is the movement of your bowel, how you stool, and that is why some opioids are used to stop diarrhea. The receptors also regulate breathing and respiration. I am taking time to explain this because how these drugs how people get addicted to this drug is also through this process. And how they harm the body is